Hi, everybody. It's Jesse Addy. Kelly Ford is a few blocks away. What's going on there, Kelly?
I'm just trying to, the COVID cases are up. I'm just trying to keep it real over here.
Everybody's got to do their part for real. We'll talk about that more in just a second. It is Monday, September 28th. So welcome in, everybody, and feel free to comment. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope/Twitter.
Welcome. Hola.
As we're waiting for people to jump in, let's get everybody up to date on how they can always stay in touch with Kelly Ford in the morning, or Jesse Addy in the afternoon, or Katie Neal, or Robin Holly. You got to get that app. It says here the all-new radio.com app. So make sure you get that, because we got to check out what's new.
No kinks. It's the all-new one. Worked out all the kinks.
It's new one, yeah.
I don't think they're working.
It's like when you try to save like a resume or something, and you've got like 17 versions.
Yeah. Right now we're good. Now it's up. We're good.
Now this is the one.
This
is the one. Get this version of the app right now. At your
approved by the U.S. government, by the
Google
way.
Play Store, App Store, yeah, approved by the government. Where we just said, all right, that's enough. It's as good as it's gonna get. All right. So on a serious note, we come on and we talk about country music, what's going on at the radio station, obviously what's going on with the Tri-State as well. And this is important from our WCBS 880 newsroom, our sister station. COVID cases continue to grow at an alarming rate. So 8 Brooklyn and Queens neighborhoods, you're talking positivity rates of 4, 5, 6%, which is scary stuff, because we all know where we were back in April and May. We don't want that happen again.
Scary. I think that's where it starts. People start getting comfy. We are going inside a little more. It was so funny. Just before I came on with you, I was chatting with my daughter, Amazing Grace, who's in school in Colorado. And, they did this pretty stringent lockdown. Basically, the city of Boulder said no one between the ages of 18 and 22 can gather. So she's in her apartment with her 2 roommates. It's like, to throw back old school, Three's Company. And so her roommate, Charles, who they're like brother and sister now, but mark my words, I think they'll date someday. Just a mom intuition.
Oh, I've seen the show. I know how it all works out.
You know what happens.
They got a Mr. Is it Mr. Roper lives upstairs?
Actually, his dad owns the house.
That's their Mr. Roper. Yeah, okay.
Mr. Roper, yeah. I was over here, that's fine. Why are you running your air conditioner so much?
Da 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 da.
So long story really long. They've been doing this. They're worried about. He's blamed. She has a job where she works at the front desk of a dorm. She's not an RA, and he's out kind of partying a little more than she is. Right?
Uh-oh.
She's not doing anything, and she actually isn't. I swear. And so she said, we just did this test and he blamed me and I blamed him. So now we're really locking it down. I'm like, well, this is how, now you're going to date after this. So I'm just saying, you lock that down, then you're done.
Do you know how many, it's going to be it's going to be cliche at some point, the amount of people that are going to end up getting married and having families based on the fact, simply because they were roommates in college at the time and had to lock down.
Or another story, just probably because of my age group, I have a couple of friends who are locked in with their spouses that they are divorcing, and they're.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the story. It is very alarming. I think we've done so well here. You hate to give up the progress we've made.
Yeah, I heard an interesting sort of, I don't know if it's a theory or scientific base, but if you look at how it started, so up north, obviously, New York and places like this. When back in March and April, we were all inside. And then if you watched it down south, when it's like 100 degrees in Florida and Texas, everyone spends the summers, people don't realize, so much of it inside. And now that it's turned to fall, and here we are, we're spending more time with family and friends inside because it's just a little too cool to sit outside. You know what I mean?
Just got to lock down your circle. And by the way, indoor dining starts this week too. So that'll be another kind of temptation that you have to be careful of. It's scary. They're real people, real lives. It's tough.
It's a lot to deal with. Speaking of real people and real lives, one more story from the news. Staten Island, this Tottenville High School, I think, is doing, so it's virtual instruction. The students are going to go to school, but watch the teacher on the computer. The teacher will not be there. So the teachers will still be at home. The students will be at school. There'll be some sort of supervisor in the classroom. Otherwise, that would be chaos. Obviously.
Yeah, way to make it work. I guess it's because of a teacher shortage. So
Yeah, they need like thousands of teachers throughout New York City. So
we gotta do what we gotta do right now. But I applaud them for making something work instead of just being like, well, what are we gonna do?
Yankee Steffi is here. Hi, Jesse Kelly. I've been working in my grocery store all this time. Everyone keep wearing your mask on. We got to thank our, frontline healthcare workers, grocery store workers, everybody that's dealing with the public every day. Thank you so much for what you do.
Love you, Steph. The beard is back.
Jeremy says lockdown can't even go to the Regal Beagle, which is a Three's Company reference.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's the restaurant that they would all, or the bar they would all hang out at, the Regal.
Nice pull.
Regal Beagle. I don't know why I have all this vast Three's Company knowledge, especially being 27. It's kind of weird. So it turns out that the Jets and Giants, Kelly, did not do very well at all. This is from, and this is why I could never do sports radio, because I hate talking about people losing their jobs, but this is from our sister station, WFAN. Jets' only question in dismissing Adam Gase, their coach, should be when, not if it will happen. They lost big. Giants lost big. Everybody's bummed. Everybody wanted so much for the football season to be great.
I know. What was your amazing stat, though, you said on Go Sports this morning on my show?
What was it? Oh, my amazing stat about my Detroit Lions?
No, about like 7 between them.
They lost by a combined score of 72-16.
That's why you can do talk radio. Look at the stats, Jeff.
I could do. Now, I wore my Lions shirt today.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. My Detroit Lions have only won one playoff game since 1957. Not made it to the Super Bowl once. Not no, have only won one playoff game.
Dude, you're a real fan.
1957, and they hadn't won a game since October 27th, 2019. So 11 months to the day they won yesterday. So
that's why you got a little bounce in your step today. I like it. Congrats.
When you love the worst team in football, then life is just much easier.
I thought the Browns were the worst team.
Yeah, they get all the press, but it's the Lions. That's how bad we are. People don't even know that we're the worst team.
You're the low-key worst team.
All right. Kelly Ford out and about in the city. And this is you on the Edge. I think what's the official name? Edge NYC, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy to me. I could never do this.
Dude, this is one of those things that pictures don't even actually do it justice. When I took pictures, I was like, this is an amazing view. I'm not even sure it shows the depth perception and and I have been a big scaredy cat my whole life. I don't know if it's my age, because you're 27, I'm up to 29. Right. And when I was younger and my kids were little, I think I was more of a worrywart. But now that, it's just me and I got nothing to lose, I want to jump out of airplanes. But I was really shocked that I wasn't scared. And the cool thing about the Edge, which you have to make reservations for, so if you're making a trip into the city, it's really cool, because no hate on any of the other amazing buildings like the Empire State Building or Top of the Rock or One World. But if you think about the difference between this and those, they have a core in the middle and you walk around the core, right? That's your only scope. This is literally juts out like a little jagged tooth at you. You can see it from most of the city anyway, or the west side for sure. And you have kind of a plaza. And then the other thing that makes it cool is the outside walls are angled. So you could lean against the walls and literally see the street, which I did.
Well, this is you. Yeah, this is you.
But that's the floor. So
down below you. How far below is that?
That looks fake. It doesn't even look real. That's 100 stories up.
No way. I'm not.
I know people. It's amazing how people literally want to vomit when they look at it if they're afraid of heights. And I always have been. I went to the Sears Tower as a kid in Chicago. They had something similar to that, and I can remember for the rest of my life I thought I was afraid of heights. Oh, that's such a pretty view. And I wasn't. I don't know why. I will say this: when I was sitting on the glass floor and when I was standing on the glass floor, it wasn't as disconcerting as when you're kind of walking on it, because then your perspective is like, oh, okay, this is weird.
Then you're thinking, what did I have for lunch? Are these clothes heavy? Am I?
learn from me. What I would do is I'd go at sunset because Jersey, the Jersey views are okay. They're okay because you're only getting. I could see my old place I lived at in Jersey City. The view south. You can see that's what you couldn't get in a picture. You can see the Lady Liberty beautifully.
Man,
You get this cool, all the way around that you don't get in a lot of the other buildings. You'll either get, they're either midtown or downtown. I don't know. It was really, as you can tell, I had a great experience. It was really cool.
that's fantastic. I find as I've gotten older, I am more claustrophobic for whatever reason, and heights I freeze up a little bit. Did anybody freeze while you were up there?
No, but there are plenty of people who wouldn't go near it.
Yeah.
The glass floor. You can navigate the rest of it. I don't know what's gotten into me. Fearless would be strong, but close to it right now. I don't know why. I'm closer to death, and I survived COVID. I'm like, bring it on.
You're like a cat. You're like, I got at least 7 more lives to go.
I just landed my invisible airplane right there on the edge, and then I got in it, and I went around the city.
Man, speaking of people with no fear that are saving lives every day, well, that's a good segue. Our First Responder Friday, of course, comes up on Friday mornings with Kelly Ford and Katie Neal, where we honor one of our first responders here in the tri-state. And if you want to nominate somebody that's either in your family, somebody you work with, maybe somebody that helped you, you can do that at NewYorksCountry947.com, and Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram are good sponsors there too.
Oh, we love Todd and the crew at Ramsey because it is such a special feature. Like every week, Katie and I look forward to it. It makes you want to be a better person, honestly, when you hear the public, the service. There's a quote in the Bible, and believe me, I'm Catholic. I don't quote the Bible much. But I always think about it's the Catholics are going to hate me for that. Sorry. I am Catholic, though, so I can say something. No, I'm just digging.
I don't know whether to throw you a shovel or a rope.
Throw me a rope. I'm dangling off the edge.
You might as well just keep going.
Well,
just keep digging to your new life.
There's this quote about having a servant's heart and just being, being willing to do things for other people. I'm red. I know. I'm so red.
Oh, that's my look. You stole my look.
And I just think that you hear that over and over from these men and women, these EMTs and police officers and firefighters. And I'll just be a little real talk. I'm not sure why, but we haven't gotten as many nominations during the pandemic. And I would really like to see, if you really think of someone, like you said, in your life, there's so many heroes out there. And actually, we've expanded it to healthcare heroes and essential workers. So hop on there. It doesn't take but a minute. Tell us about somebody that's doing great stuff, and we'd love to shine the spotlight on them. On the service part, I should have let it go, but I brought it back.
It does it gives everybody great perspective. I remember my mom, who's a nurse, telling me, I was stressed out about work and about, I don't know, played the wrong Luke Bryan song at the wrong time. And she was like, you don't know what stress is? Stress is when you're supposed to give a patient 20 cc's of something and you give them 200 or something like that, or you're not sure. That's real stress.
Thank you for making me feel better about that last thing, because now I want your mom to explain what happened.
I don't know. We'll get her on here one day.
Is there a grand jury investigation?
Who knows?
I'm so sweaty.
Us in the COVID. Let's get out of here. Katie Neal's coming up with Carrie Underwood 2:00 all this week. Superstar Power Hour. So that should be great. And Kelly Ford, you're the best.
I love you. I love everyone. Thanks for checking us out. Beard, Yankee Steffi, everybody. See you tomorrow.
I'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
7:10.
What are you going to share?
It's going to be, they did a study, money, fame, love. Which one helps you live the longest?
Ooh.
It's not what you think. I'll just tell you that. And
love?
So it's coming up. No, I don't know.
You're like, love?
Come on.
What, idiot?
7:10 tomorrow, people. Listen up.